So we are redoing this mission. We're recording after the fact. I already edited together this part because this part was a lot of like us going around redoing this mission that we couldn't do before. And before anyone says like, hey, why don't you have the Kuruma? We did buy it. It's just after this.
Yeah, we bought it after this.
So I did get the armored Kuruma.
I helped decorate it.
We had to make do with what we had here, okay? You know. So, anyways.
The gang task force better send us a thank you for this. Even more Vagos coming at you. Air traffic's telling me the bird is airborne. Stay at the airstrip and deal with any more Vagos that come at you. This operation will not be compromised by blowback from this.
I honestly wouldn't have even dealt with this mission if it wasn't needed for a heist.
Yeah,
you know, after
it was a really annoying mission.
Well, it seems like it's really easy if you do what these people did and you just stay in your armored vehicle, which is cool because he's in the vigilante.
Yeah, no, that one's really cool. But like, if you're at the beginning of the game, this is only the second heist. How do you have an armored vehicle if you're like just starting out? You know what I mean?
Shark cards, baby.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't know. I know that there's ways to like, you know, not glitch money, but like maximize your profits and stuff. You could do those MC jobs over and over. It would just take forever. I mean, because I think that thing is like $3 million, isn't it?
I know.
The vigilante.
I just think that there should have been.
You can keep talking.
I just think that there should have been more of a like, hey, maybe you should use an armored vehicle beforehand at least, because they didn't exactly make that super clear.
No. They didn't. I'm gonna have to turn that down because I had edited the audio up and down depending on who was talking. Yeah, no, you're right. Like, well, the Duke of Death being free, I think we didn't know about it at first.
No,
and the problem with that is you can't shoot out the back of it.
Yeah.
So you're like kind of limited in what you can do with it. So I feel like part of it's on us. Like we could have looked up armored vehicles.
I also think I somehow got an armored Kuruma for free because I don't remember ever buying one, but there was one in my garage that I found the other day. So
it's really possible that you won it.
I could have.
Because I think sometimes the mystery prize can be a thing like a car.
Oh,
I think.
Maybe I did get that then. Like I got the armored Kuruma from a mystery prize.
You can also get like full shotgun ammo.
My people are waiting for the plane at LSIA. Vagos channels are totally dark. I would not expect any more action in Blaine County. Either come back to the city or take in the natural beauty at a Vista Point.
I think it's funny this mission caused us so many problems, and then we just finished doing it in like, what, how long?
20 minutes?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I cut out a bunch, because I didn't want to show people us doing this for a third time. I basically just showed from where we did well.
Yeah.
But, yeah, well, part of the problem, and so here's the thing, somebody in the comments, which this is really nice, and I actually want to thank you. Somebody in the comments of a previous video was like, hey, you know, if you guys need a fourth person, I'm on Xbox Series X, and I will be patient and stuff. And this was, trying to get to it before this goes away. This was Drew Paint, which is very nice.
Shout out to Drew Paint.
Now here's the thing.
What is Drew painting, I wonder?
I would actually, murals like the Mona Lisa and such. That's not a mural. I would take you up on that. The problem is scheduling, which I will talk about in just a second here after this discussion I see coming up, because there's like a little cutscene that basically nothing happens during. You can tell these guys are not main characters.
We'll take care of this.
That's like all they say.
Nice.
Good job, we'll take care of this.
Yay, we'll take care of this.
If they were smart criminals, they would just steal the plane now. Like,
yeah.
They would just have been like hiding there pretending to be.
And then go sell it.
Yeah. No, so here's the thing. I would love for people to join our crew. And I'm going to put a thing here that says what our crew is. It's the Pink Patrollers.
We are patrolling the pink.
We're always looking for pink, and we're always getting it. Okay, we'll treat her right, all right? That's our motto. But, first off, a lot of people don't have a Series X. This person does, which is very great. My problem is that Nate can only come over certain days, and sometimes they're different. So, like, usually Nate can come over on Monday and Friday. Sometimes it's just Monday. Sometimes it's just Friday.
Sometimes it's Wednesday randomly.
And I can't do the voice chat while recording on here. So that's the problem that I have with, like, I would love to arrange it to play with some people who watch the channel. But, like, they would need to be, like, we would need to work it out ahead of time.
And they need to be okay with us not doing voice chat because of the audio software that we use to record it.
It gets weird when you start doing that kind of thing. Then you have to balance their microphone, which then you have to run it through this, or you have to record a Discord call separate.
Every time you record with Alex, it becomes a whole event to get it working.
And every time I record with Alex, it just sounds like my audio is peaking, like I'm in a World War III underground base recording my last video before I
Yeah.
nuked.
Yeah, I know.
sound terrible. Every video I do with Alex, I don't sound good. Because I can't get the audio right on OBS. I don't know. I don't know how other YouTubers do it where they record together.
I don't know.
It's so difficult. Like, maybe it's just that I'm bad. By the way, this should have counted.
It totally should have counted.
But it didn't count because we died. It didn't say travel the furthest distance and live. It said bail the furthest distance. I did 100 and some feet, I think.
Yeah, I did almost 200 feet when I did it.
Like, why didn't that count?
I don't know. I feel like I should have won that. It made me really mad that it didn't count because I would have won.
So my point,
I had more feet than you.
You probably did.
I still do, down here.
As a foot fetishist, I don't think you have more pictures of feet than me, though.
Oh.
See?
Oh.
But first off, that should have counted. Secondly, I would love to play with some people on the channel. I don't want to have to live stream it, though, because then I can't use it for the Let's Play.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, that would be an issue.
And it would have to be worked out ahead of time, like on Discord or somewhere else, because like YouTube comments, you can't really communicate with people well.
No,
By
it's
the
hard
way,
to find the notifications for that.
I want to know what people think of this. I did like an edit to get through where we were at. The music is not going to be...
We did a photo shoot.
The music's not going to be super loud, and I'm going to name these photos soon. But basically, I wanted to do like a montage to get past like 45 minutes of doing not that much.
Doing pictures.
So if you like this, tell me. If you think it's stupid, you can tell me, but be nice.
Get up, time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
Okay, so if you think my editing was cringe, please be nice about it.
I liked it. I loved
Please
it.
be nice about it. Okay, I used to do this kind of thing. I was one of the reasons, I think, allegedly, I can't admit it.
Allegedly.
By the way, I bought this house, or this one's your house, right?
This is my house that I
We'll
bought.
talk about that in a minute. We bought new houses. I think I was allegedly one of the reasons why YouTube got sued by Viacom and all these companies back in the day.
Music?
Because I used to make music videos because I was a teenager, and I'd make music videos that were copyrighted,
I
I'm
did the
sure.
same thing. I did the
Of
same
like
thing.
video games and anime and stuff. They all got deleted because I got older and thought they were stupid.
Yeah, me too. I had the same exact story. That's hilarious.
But-
yeah, I would make mine on Free Realms, and I would use like Britney Spears songs and Lady Gaga and stuff like that.
I still think to this day that shouldn't be copyright infringement, which I
No,
know
it
some people probably think that's stupid, but like, who is going to a Mega Man NT Warrior anime music video to listen to a song instead of buying it or listening to it through an official channel? No.
Yeah, I know. It's dumb. It
Nobody
should just
is.
be there for fun. I mean, I remember that was like a huge thing when I was a kid, is like people making music videos on YouTube with their games that they like. It was so fun.
I was looking at how you couldn't sit next to each other unless you were doing the bong.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, we're checking out the new house, but next time I do that, I want to learn how to use the Rockstar video editor, which is so weird. Like, it's the director mode's weird and stuff, but
I don't understand it.
I want to learn how to do it, because I would like to do some more stuff like that, especially when we get a nightclub. So if you have any suggestions for it, let me know.
Yeah.
I can only use copyright-free music or music that I have a license to, which this music is copyrighted, but I have a license to use it because of my subscriber base
Yay, subscribers.
through YouTube.
Yay.
Anyway, please be nice. I'm gonna be really
mean.
I'm gonna be really
I'm
upset.
gonna tell everybody that sucked.
If someone's a dick to me about it, that took me like an hour to do that.
It took
little
you an
thing.
hour?
Yes, it did. It took me a long time. So like, I need to get better at doing that kind of thing.
You should make more of them. I liked it. I thought it was cool.
You liked it? Well, we have to actually do stuff to,
We should do like somewhere I'm like dancing in the club and stuff, and like we put music behind it, and like I don't know.
I thought we could do some stuff with the nightclub when we get it.
I think it'd be fun. I have a nightclub though.
Well, yeah, but I'm gonna get one too, and it's gonna be part of the
It only
story
matters
of that
when you
show.
have it.
Well, because I want to show the cutscenes.
It only matters when you have it. I
Yeah,
understand.
your items don't matter. You belong to me, so technically your nightclub is mine.
That makes sense.
What is that modern sculpture on the left?
I don't know. It was stupid.
I really like this house, though.
Thank you.
But I've got problems. It's spacious, but, like, you can't use the bathtub.
You can't use most of the furniture.
The environments are not interactive enough.
Yeah, you can't use the bathtub. You can't sit in most of the chairs. You can sleep in the bed, but...
Yeah, but that's it. And I guess you can take a shower.
I wish you could, like, go to the stove and have, like, a little cooking animation where you make yourself a snack or something. Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah, especially because you need snacks.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that'd be really cute.
I love the flowing water.
I also think it's kind of dumb that you can't, like, go out onto your balconies from the...
I was gonna say
encounters.
that, yeah.
Yeah. And, like, look, that, like, weird therapist chair, first of all, that's weird decor. Second of all, you can't even sit on it.
No, you can't. I don't get the housing in this game. I really hope it's better in whatever GTA 6's online is, which they just dropped a trailer, and I'm sure I'll talk about it, you know, like on the main channel when, you know, or I will have already. I don't know if this is going up that same day or not.
I don't know.
But it looks insane. Like, parts of it look real. The parts of it literally look like real
I'm
life.
really excited for that chick that's gonna be
Lucia
one of
or
the characters.
Lucia or
yeah,
whatever?
they did a good job.
Dude, the
I
guy
can't
looks
lie.
cool, too. And they kind
Yeah,
of have,
yeah,
like...
but the chick.
No, I agree. I mean, all they needed to do was a Bonnie and Bonnie story instead of Bonnie and Clyde.
I was kind of wishing they would, but then people would probably play and be like, "It's woke."
Oh, yeah, people wouldn't buy a gay game.
Yeah.
But I like two girls together, so...
I
you
mean,
know.
I think it's hot, personally.
What was it that... There was this old YouTuber I used to watch when I was more into political content. I think her name was Shoe on Head. And...
That is the craziest name I have ever heard in my life.
I think it's hilarious. And she was talking... Here's our armored Karuma, by the way, which is customized.
I helped customize it.
She was talking about, like, how stupid it is that people get mad at boys who like watching girls make out or like seeing girls together or want a threesome with two girls. She was talking about how dumb it is that people get mad at it, whether she's into it or not. Because she was like, people are like, you're fetishizing this, you're fetishizing this. Oh, yeah, I buy this one, by the way.
Yeah.
And they don't do that for anything else. Like, boys are simple. You know why boys want a threesome with two women or why boys like watching two women together? Because, like, it's like candy bars. Boys are simple. You give a boy a candy bar, you know what's better than one candy bar? Another one. That's it.
You know what also comes with that? Gluttony.
That's
you
true.
Sinful creature.
That's
you.
true. But it's a simple reasoning, you know what I mean?
Yeah, this is the house you got. It's almost the same interior, but slightly different.
Jill, I just defended your attraction to women. You're not even gonna...
No, I agree with
You're not
you.
gonna reciprocate?
I mean, what are people gonna do? They're
I'm a
gonna tell me
hero.
it's wrong for me to
Jill, I'm a hero.
That makes sense. Yeah.
I'm an LGBTQH.
Thank you for saving me.
They
in this
added
male-dominated industry.
They added hero to the rainbow now. I don't know what color. Oh, you know what color it is? When I take all
It could
that
be green.
No, when I take all that vitamin D and my piss is like that weird yellow vitamin D color.
Oh, like your thumbnails?
Yeah, they're gonna do that.
Nice. Did you ever tell anybody about like?
There was like this weird guy on Twitter who I remember like 2 years ago got mad at me for using yellow in my thumbnails and he called it piss yellow.
But
And
it was like fluorescent neon yellow.
But I said something to him. I wasn't mean, and he was like, "Well, I'll be dead by this time next year, anyways." I was like, "Geez, dude, why?" And like, no one wants you to die.
Yeah.
Like, it was more just like a. I think I and maybe like 1 or 2 subscribers were like, "Hey, dude, why are you being a dick?"
Well,
That
anyway,
was it. Like, I like the idea. It's like, well, I'm gonna be gone. It's like, well, no one wants that. I mean, I don't. Why did we escalate
that's
here?
kinda sad.
Why did we
But-
escalate?
I don't know, but I wanted to say,
I don't like your thumbnails. Oh, okay. Well, that kind of hurts my feelings. Well, I'll be gone anyway.
I wanted to say jokes on him though, because your pee actually is fluorescent yellow.
Yeah, and I'm still alive. No, I'm just kidding. I hope he's still alive too, by the way. That's like the Keemstar, like to, what was it? Who did he say it to? Was it Total Biscuit back in the day? Where they got in a fight online and Total Biscuit had cancer? And Keemstar said the most out-of-pocket thing ever, I think, on Twitter. It was like, can't wait to report on your death.
Oh my gosh! Oh no!
The most insane...
Hey, if you're still alive, put in the comments that you're still alive.
Genuinely hope that person is doing well.
Yeah, hopefully.
And hopefully
what
they're
did
not
they,
as
Did they say
angry.
they had an illness or
No,
something?
they didn't really say.
Oh.
I mean, I was hoping they weren't going to, like, self-terminate or that they didn't have some kind of illness, but, like...
Well, I hope they know that they made my day better by making a funny comment. Because I still think about that comment, and I still think it's funny.
I just hope they're not as angry, because that was weird. That's a weird thing to be mad about. Mm-hmm. Like, I see YouTubers all the time who use thumbnails I think look like trash, or I think are great. Mm-hmm. You know what I don't do? Yap about it to them. They don't care about my opinion on it.
Yeah,
and you're not trying to help them. Like,
yeah.
Look at this. We can't even get up on this roof. And this is how you have to get out to your balcony.
I know. Yeah, you have to leave through the front door and go around.
And then climb over a fence.
Yeah. That fence doesn't even open for you, even though it's your fence, by the way.
Also, before this part of the story, because this is story-based, this is based off of Ron. Remember how Ron called us and he was like, hey, I need your help, Ron, from the GTA 5 single-player story?
No, we're going to help Ron.
Yeah, we actually are going to finally help him.
Jakowski. Does that make him Jewish?
Ron Jakowski. Oh, that is his name. Yeah. I thought you were making a joke.
No, his last name's Jakowski. So now I'm wondering if he's Jewish, and if
he might be, because ski is a suffix for Jewish names.
If he is Jewish, don't tell iDubbbz.
Oh, no. Don't even make that joke, dude. When I brought up, like, the H3 stuff, and I just talked about my opinion on it, about how crazy I thought it was, there were so many fans of that Hassan Piker guy, the guy who, like, borderline insinuated, in my opinion, that, like, sexual assault can't be taken seriously unless you have a kid. Like, dude, that...
Yeah, but isn't he a part of the side that says believe all women?
He was.
Yeah.
But he's also like the guy who said, like, America deserved 9/11. So I can't expect a lot out of his fans, I guess.
Yeah.
Because what are you doing, man?
I could say a lot on that subject, but we best just move on, to be honest with you.
I mean, I'm not scared of political people, but, like, they're just not worth dealing with.
Well, I just don't want to have to go through the comments on this video.
Well, I mean, I just think they're annoying, you know.
Are you ready to see this little man weed? Here comes the violence! No!
Who the fuck are you? My friend. That's my friend. And she is extremely dangerous.
Extremely dangerous?
Yes, extremely.
Yeah, I can tell you've seen some shit. Walked in here like it's a fucking tea party. Not a snitch, are ya? Know anything about the eggs on Mount Chiliad?
Lab rat!
Where did my character go? She disappeared.
I don't know.
This is my personal physician. Lab rat wouldn't go.
You should have been here too.
I know, it's weird they didn't code me in.
Fresh meat doesn't seem to know much about the eggs on Mount Chiliad. So what do you recommend we give as a first dose into the fucking truth, man? Me first, of course.
Okay, well, as your physician, let's see, I recommend a baseline of cocaine. And then 5 big hits off of the pen.
Only guy who can get a breakthrough DMT dose in a vape.
And then some of the new phenethylamine my assistant's been working on to get your oxytocin levels right. And we'll finish with a little something I like to call snake sweat. Half mescaline, half scopolamine. Now that'll take you the rest of the way.
Yeah, perfect. Dosage?
Well, as your physician under the circumstances, I recommend a lot.
Exactly my thoughts. Now the same for them.
Ah, shit, I gotta restock.
All right, walk with me. You know a guy by the name of Wade? Hey, he's in our troop. Really, really smart. He called me a few weeks back and told me the going was good here, and boy, was he right. It's got everything a human being needs to survive, from convenience stores to unregulated pharmacies, and nothing that we don't need. We're doing something big here.
We gotta go. Chef is fucked up.
This isn't some clinical trial, amigo. Your bro was balls deep into lab rat special sauce before we could say the frickin' B word.
Okay, whatever, but we gotta go. These crazies, they started their own gang war with the Lost. They stole a bunch of their bikes, their meth. It's not safe here. Ah! Ah!
This luchadora, she runs our wrestling league.
BDKD, bro. Welcome to the troop.
Troop Wrestling League? You're not gonna join these weirdos, are you?
Hey, you strange little wiry man. Anyone can join the troop, okay?
This is insane. I gotta wake Chef up.
I can see you're a bottom line kind of
gotta
person,
go.
so here it is. We're new in town, but we've got a plan. I want every trust fund baby, pinstripe suit, middle manager, snapmatic influencer, and public servant stripped to the waist in the LS River, huffing whippets, shit in their pants, screaming at the top of their lungs that nothing fucking matters.
But I'll get out! Those biker assholes, they're stealing the RV!
Fuckers, of course they are! Get other people out of here!
On it! Move! Fucking move!
Help us get out of this and we'll cut you into the deal. Fuck up these bikers and get my RV back in its Los Santos time, baby! Woo! Get over to the roof! Show me your butthole, fella!
Oh.
I yell that a lot.
So I have a theory about this. I kind of think these are the friends that Wade was friends with when he first rolled into town. That Trevor implies in the story mode that he took care of.
You do.
Yeah, because...
I don't know. To me, this felt like it took place after the story.
No, I think it takes place before, because I remember...
What are these guys called? The Troop?
Yeah.
But what's that main guy called?
I don't know.
Oh, sorry. Okay, go ahead.
I remember Trevor says a line that's kind of like... and he says this to Wade, and he's kind of like, you remember those friends you rolled up into town with, and then they just left you there? And Wade was like, yeah, they all just kind of disappeared. That's kind of weird, right? Like, why'd they just leave me? Where'd they all go? And Trevor was like, I don't know, buddy, but you got me. And it just kind of seems like Trevor killed them all, you know?
Yeah, I'm wondering about that too. But, like... I don't know. I don't know when this took place. I mean, when did this come out? Like, this mission line?
This is the first mission for Ron, so
Are we sure about that?
Yes, it is. It is.
Because you can do, like... You could do, I thought, some text missions for him, but it's the first story one, right?
Yeah, it's the first mission because it's the first time you meet him, technically. Because he sends you a text saying, I know you don't know who I am, but I really need your help. I heard you had a good reputation around town. And so then you show up to help him.
I thought she was hot, by the way.
Yeah, that chick is hot.
I would.
So I do think this is the very first Ron mission. I think this takes place before the story mode, and I do think that Trevor kills all these guys. But that's just my theory. A game theory.
A gay theory?
A gay
cool.
theory? Yeah, just like showing me your buttholes.
DEI.
Yeah.
I love DEI. Yeah, I don't know. I think that would be cool. That would be a cool tie-in. But I know that there is stuff with... Oh, well, that was an accident.
Well, you never see these guys in the story mode. You ever see the Troop in the story mode?
No, but I do know that there is some Trevor stuff, like, that either you can do with him or that they tell you about that takes place after the story during GTA Online.
I'm excited to get to that because, even though I think Trevor is an absolute psycho and a bad person, I enjoy seeing him get up to shenanigans. Does that make sense?
I do too. I just think that... I think starting him in the story by killing Johnny from The Lost was stupid.
Yeah, it was a bad start.
I actually disagree with that fundamentally completely. Like, having him curb stomp him. Like, yeah, I get... He fell back into heroin and his girlfriend was getting blasted in the butt by Trevor. Because they were all drug addicts. Like, I get that. And I get that you can say it was like he gets triggered by the motherfucker word. I get that too.
Yeah,
but
there's
to
like a
me,
whole theory about that we'll get into.
To me, it is a bad foot to start out on, telling me, hey, you know this character you liked from a previous game? You want to watch him get curb stomped?
I think they were just being ultra edgy with that cutscene.
But I hate that cutscene. I hate that that's how Johnny goes out.
Yeah.
It actively makes me upset. Like,
no, I agree.
Can you imagine if they killed, like, John Marston like that?
Yeah.
Like, imagine if John Marston... Do you know the story of Red Dead 1?
No, I don't very much.
Well, I don't want to tell you too much. Oh, look at this. See?
Mm-hmm.
Wood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he tells us to go get his RV. I'm just gonna not... I'm just gonna talk over this. So... My issue with it is, imagine if John Marston was this iconic character from Red Dead Redemption 1, and then you turn on Red Dead Redemption 2,
And the first thing that happens is he dies.
and the first thing is one of your playable characters from Red Dead 2 curb stomps John Marston's head in.
Well, it's like The Last of Us
or
2.
fucks his wife and then, kills him.
It's like The Last of Us 2.
I know. Here, let's answer this.
Guess that Ron dude was right about you. Extremely dangerous. Get this RV back safe and you'll make a solid addition to the troop. And listen, if you want to get there faster, we got a boat over by the boathouse just down the road. Keep me on the line, okay?
But I'm telling you, I don't like storytelling like that, Jay.
No, I agree. And I feel like the thing with that cutscene is it's like, it doesn't really fit, in my opinion, because throughout the entire rest of the story, you see Trevor as, yes, he's a psycho, but he's a psycho who cares about the people who are closest to him.
Actually, I'd argue he cares about more people than that. What's weird about it is, remember he saves the torture victim? Didn't have to. He just saves him because he's mad about the federal government telling him to off somebody.
Yeah.
You look cute here, by the way.
Thank you.
I like that hairstyle a lot.
I like that hairstyle, too.
But do you remember also he looks out for Michael when he doesn't have to? He looks out for Franklin when he doesn't have to. There's another person he looks out for when he doesn't have to,
Lamar.
too.
He looks out for Lamar, he doesn't have to.
And he never does anything like that again. Even in the story, the whole thing with Floyd, which I don't know if we're... He
cared about Floyd. He got mad that... So there's a theory that, the girlfriend of Floyd pulled the gun on Floyd first, and then...
Wait 1 second. In case you care about GTA 5 single-player story spoilers, we're going to talk about that for a minute.
Well, if you're watching this, I don't think you should have not
You
seen
probably
the
don't... Oh, man, I look good wet. No, I agree, but I'm just saying I wanted to throw that out there.
But, yeah, I'm just saying, there's a theory that, she pulled the gun first, and then Trevor saw that and got upset, and then killed her after she killed Floyd.
I don't think that's a theory. I think it's true.
It's true, too.
She did pull the gun first. We saw that in the cutscene.
Yeah.
And
then she killed Floyd, and then he killed her.
And then there was a weird comment about it on social media about how they died that it seems to imply that Trevor didn't kill Floyd.
Yeah.
I think she shot Floyd trying to shoot Trevor.
Well, it seems like he cared about Floyd in his own weird, fucked up way. Trevor's not, he's not a killer just for funsies.
Well, he is, but he's not... He doesn't seem to me to target innocent people for no reason.
Yeah, he kills people he doesn't like. He kills the Lost MC for funsies because they're bad people.
I like how this still sounds bad. He doesn't kill for funsies. He just kills people he doesn't like.
Well, he kills bad people.
That's how Ted Bundy was too. He just killed people he didn't like. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just saying, it kind of seems like a weird, fucked up version of Dexter with a lot of mental problems and a lot of psychopathy. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, no, I agree. He's not the Joker.
No, he's not the Joker.
He's not gonna, walk up to an orphanage and blow it up.
Yeah, he wouldn't do that, but he would walk up to a police station and blow it up.
Yeah. I mean, no, you're right. I agree with that. I think that cutscene, to me, was out of character for everything else Trevor did in the game.
It does. It completely does. And the problem with that is, I think it was supposed to showcase that he has a trigger word, which is motherfucker. That's his trigger word. Because all of the other rampage missions in the game, somebody says that word to him, and he gets triggered and then goes on a literal rampage.
You know what?
And kills a bunch of people.
You could have done that, though, by having his first mission where you start as him be a rampage, and have it be with Johnny and the other Lost come up to him, and then Johnny gets away.
Yeah.
You could have just done this.
Or just leave it ambiguous.
Yeah.
Maybe Johnny got away, maybe he didn't.
Well, I just find going... I'm not saying you can never kill a previous game's protagonist or a previous movie's protagonist, but there's a way to do it, and there's a way not to do it. And I would argue this was the way not to do it.
Yeah.
Because it made you not...
I completely
It made
agree.
me not like Trevor for my first playthrough.
And it felt way too edgy, and it just felt really out of character for him, because I actually...
I see the RV moving. Got it? Come pick me up at the liquor store. We're going somewhere special.
I actually like Trevor a lot as a character. I found him extremely interesting. I love delving into the minds of, crazy people. This is why I watch, crime documentaries and stuff. I love crazy stuff like that. I wouldn't want to be one, but I enjoy learning about why they are the way they are. And I enjoyed Trevor as a character a lot, even though he's, really gross and weird. And so I guess it just kind of makes me sad that first intro cutscene just kind of ruins what I feel like his character should have been and was going to be. It felt like an afterthought that they put that in, and they were like, we need to like hook some people, we need to like have controversy, we need to have people talking about our game. I don't know, let's have Trevor randomly kill Johnny. Let's throw that in. Sure.
Right, and they picked a character that not enough people would care about because he was a DLC character.
Yeah.
So, because he was like the main character from, what was it, like The Lost in the Dam from GTA 4? So they picked him. They didn't pick Nico or someone like him who's just the single-player story mode main protagonist. But they still picked someone who mattered.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
To get people talking on Twitter.
Or wherever.
Yeah, I just kind of feel like that's why they did it.
But I don't like that. Like,
Yeah.
that's the same reasoning. I don't want to get too far into this. That is the same reasoning I feel like Neil Druckmann had from Naughty Dog when he did what he did with Last of Us 2. Which
Yeah.
he was just like,
And it's a stupid reason.
let's kill this character because it's controversial and it'll make people mad.
I will be really mad if something like, if they bring back Michael or Franklin or Trevor in the beginning of the next story mode and then they just randomly kill them off too.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't care for that. I understand.
stupid.
And I understand it's like, this is a really dangerous world. You know, people die in ways they don't expect. But to me, it seems dumb to go through the events of like The Lost and the Damned and then he just gets his head stomped in. It's
Yeah,
also
and
way
then-
too graphic, and he picks brain off his boot.
Yeah, and then Trevor kind of seems like proud about it later on, and it's like, that doesn't make sense because he's not proud about any of his other kills. Like, he doesn't
No.
talk about any of the other ones, but when you go to the guy who owns Ammunition near where Trevor lives, he will say, you know, I actually like Johnny, and Trevor will say, oh yeah? Well, I bet I got a piece of him still on my boot if you want to talk to him one more time.
Yeah, there's like an optional conversation
Yeah.
there. It's stupid, and there's like just a straight up conversation that's not optional during the story too after that. I just feel like it's psychotic on another level that was unnecessary.
Yeah, and it just doesn't make sense.
No, it just makes him unlikable.
Here's our destination. Let's go. So, the hombre Wade told us about this place in town. Some kind of abandoned warehouse. We're gonna make it our own, swat that shit and turn it into something we're gonna call the Freak Shop. That's where the troop's gonna get everything done. Business and pleasure. You'll love it.
I think this is after the story.
Why?
Because why would Wade know about this abandoned warehouse in town when he hadn't been to town in forever?
I bet he was scoping the place out for his friends, because in the story mode he says he doesn't have any other friends other than Ron and Trevor.
You might be right. I'd be interested in what the lore breakdown is. I think that would be a much cooler story than if it's after.
I think so too.
Your version, I think, would be better. I'm just
I'm a
saying.
good storyteller.
Well, I'm saying I still think it's the other way, but I think your version would be better.
I wanted to talk a little bit about the theory of why motherfucker is a trigger word for Trevor, by the way. And I know they're going to talk here in a minute, so I'll have to get into it probably after, but I find that theory extremely interesting from what I've looked up on the internet about it.
Well, yeah, because it ties right into the Rampage missions
Yes,
in this
yeah.
single-player story.
And I
which,
wish they had revealed more about it.
Let me
Those are
tell
really
you
fun.
something, my friend. Deep down, you've always been a fooligan. Just like Cousin Wade. Know what a fooligan is? Folks are gonna tell you it's about a band, or getting fucked up, walking around with your junk out, and yeah, that's a big part of it. But it's also about not giving a fuck. And given that you're willing to drive some lunatic you just met to some warehouse you don't know with a bunch of biker dudes up your ass trying to kill you, I'd say you clearly do not give one single fuck. Fresh meat! You like that? It's a hell of a name for a hell of a fooligan. The only name you're ever gonna need. Let's go!
So I think before you talk about what you're going to talk about, people need to know that you're talking about these missions where the screen turns red and Trevor, who's one of the main characters in the single player, freaks out and then he just kills all of the people around him who are hostile. Whether they're cops, gang members, the Lost, whatever.
So I looked into this a lot, and a lot of people think that the reason he is triggered by that word is because he had a bad childhood with his mother, and they think that it got out somehow that she was not consensually...
She was sexually abusing him.
She was not consensually touching him as a child, and it got out to, like, the other kids at school, so they started calling him that, you know, like, oh, you're incestual, and you did things like this. And I think that it became a point of trauma for him. And, like, so there's a whole lot of, like, evidence to back up these theories. And one of the points of evidence is you actually see his mom show up again after the story mode if you choose not to.
If you choose not to do an ending that makes you focus on other characters and not Trevor anymore.
Yes. And so if you still have Trevor in the story, his mom will show up. Should I be?
No, you can talk.
His mom will show up and he'll be afraid of her. The only person you ever see in the entire story mode that Trevor is afraid of is his mother. And it's extremely interesting.
It is.
So I urge people to look it up for themselves, look up this theory, because I actually think it's true. I do think something happened to Trevor when he was a child, and I do think it's because of his mom. And I want to see more about his mom, because, like, so far we've done a lot of the endgame stuff.
Oh yeah, we're not done with the content. Like we've been playing it offline, and maybe either you and I or Nate or I will let's play it at some point for single player.
But we've done a lot of the endgame stuff, and we haven't seen her show up again. She just randomly disappeared, and you never see her again.
Yeah, it was very odd and very very sudden.
It was very sudden. I feel like there needed to be more story there because it's really interesting.
So they're going to talk for a second, and then we can kind of wrap up everything at the end. And I'll throw gameplay over it because this is actually dealing with the Ron story here with the troop.
Fresh meat! That was some good shit! This might just be the start of something hot and sexy. The Fooligan life ain't for everyone, but if you're into easy money and hard partying, there's nothing better. The RV's officially back home, couple bumps and bruises, but she'll be just fine. And the freak shop is up and running. We got some housekeeping to do, so swing by when you get a minute. We're here to stay, baby! Watch out, Los Santos!
Yeah, so maybe eventually either you or I will let's play some of those games, or me and Nate. It's hard like this because of the copyright stuff. Like, I have to remove music. I have to put in my own. I only have access to so much music. I have one thing I want to say before I end this, and then if you have anything you can. Please let me know what you thought of the edit.
I love it.
If you have suggestions for improvements or things like that, I want to do more stuff like that, but I also don't want to lose, like, this being a podcast style Let's Play channel.
And if you're mean to my schmoopy, I will end you.
Oh, whoa. Yeah, and by that
allegedly.
She means just like, you're like those edgelords in Minecraft.
Yeah, in Minecraft, yeah.
Well, basically, I want to do more stuff like that, but I don't want to do it all the time. It's just something that, like, kind of feels creative. And I like creative editing. Do you have anything else, Joe?
No, I think that was good, and we'll see you in the next part. Yay!
Yeah, the next part, I don't know if we'll record it like this or the other way. We just have to see. Because we have to get through those dumb missions pre-heist.
Sometimes we do it like this to save time.
Yeah, it actually takes more time, but we can cut out all the fluff.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I mean,
because I can pre-edit it.
Sometimes I just like playing the game, just you and me, like, quiet time. You know what I mean?
Well, here's the problem, real quick, with the other style of editing. If we're talking about something interesting and we have to replay the same mission 5 times, you guys have to sit through that mission 5 times or say, you know what, I'm going to peace out on this conversation because you're doing the same damn thing 5 times.
Yeah.
You know, you have to choose that.
Whereas with this, at least we can cut a lot of that out.
Yeah, I was able to cut out like 3 attempts of that dumb mission.
Yeah.
And literally this part, 36 minutes when it ended for this or whatever, it was an hour and 45 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
So I cut out all that crap in the middle with like a montage and all kinds of stuff.
It took
to like
you
just
days to edit this.
It took me like 2 days, yeah.
It took you days.
It took a while.
Alright, we'll see you in the next one. Bye!